Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike, and thanks for coming along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. I thought today I would bring you along with me for what is quickly becoming my favorite part of the day, and I'll tell you why. When I was younger, I think that my favorite part of the day was when the day was over. When you got a chance to go home and sit down on the couch, and turn on the TV and play a few video games or watch a movie or something. Then have dinner and, I guess, vegetate until it was time to go to bed. Now that I'm a little bit older, things have changed. And my favorite part of the day is early in the morning when I get a chance to go out and take a look around and see what's happening on the ranch. And every morning I've started doing what I like to call my welfare checks or whatever else I want to call it. And that's when I get a chance to go out and take a look at all the animals on the ranch, make sure everybody's okay. It's an important part of the day just because it kind of, for me, it gets things started off right. It reminds me of why we're really here, and that is to take care of all of these animals. After all, that's the difference between a ranch and a farm, for me anyway, is the animals. If you've got an animal, if you got animals, you've got yourself a ranch. So this morning, I thought I would bring you guys along as we head into sunrise here on the ranch, and we're going to go back and we're going to feed the cows a little bit of cake. Take care of them this morning, and that's our Stoll cake feeder right back there behind us. Jeff was nice enough to fill it up for us last night. Some nice cake for the cows. Just a little protein supplement to get their day started off right. Kind of a breakfast for the cows. And it's about 60 degrees out here this morning, which is just about the right temperature to go for a little four-wheeler ride and head back 3 or 4 miles and find them and start giving them their little treat. So I'm one of those guys that wakes up in the morning and wakes up fast and then hits the ground running. Some people like to, have coffee in the morning and sit back and relax a little bit. But honestly, usually my routine is that I'm up, I'm checking emails. I am drinking a little bit of coffee, but it's usually on the go as we get out and try to get something done as early as possible. There's a number of reasons for that, but one includes the weather. We obviously want to get things done before it gets too hot. Temperature out here is about 60 degrees this morning right now, and we are just a few minutes away from official sunrise, so it gives us a chance to get out and get some work done before it does get too warm. But more importantly, at least for me, it gives me a chance to be alone, to connect with everything that I've got to connect with out here in order to make all this worth it. Because if you're not connected to what you do, and I don't care what you do, if you don't care about it, you're not connected to it, it doesn't really matter, does it? And I don't really think it matters what you do or how you do it. There's definitely ways to be connected to almost anything. In fact, my very first job was at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was a fry cook, and you could think that maybe it was just a job for a kid to go in and screw off and get some money and be able to live the way that you wanted to live. But really, that's what connected me to that job, was the fact that I had to make money and I had to do it. So while it may not have been the most glamorous job in the world, it definitely paid the bills. And I guess that's what connected me to that job. But as I moved through life and found other avenues, the military, working in radio, and eventually ending up here on the ranch, I definitely saw value in each and every step of that journey. So being able to connect with what you do and figuring out why it matters, not only to you but to other people, is a very important part of life. At least that's how I feel. So getting out and doing this in the morning definitely gives me a chance to connect with that every single day. And some people would say it's all about the thanks that you get. That's where you get your sense of worth or your sense of well-being in any job that's done. But obviously with cows, sometimes there's not a whole lot of thanks. Well, proof that things don't always go according to plan. I've got my cake feeder here. I've got cows ready for cake and nothing happening. I'll tell you what happened here and what's going on. Is that the cake that's here in the cake feeder must have gotten a little bit wet, and it's actually jammed up the cake feeder. So therefore, when I push the button, the auger doesn't have enough snort to turn, and it's all clogged up. And as you know, we have cows kind of scattered all over the place right now. As of the last video we did, last Thursday, we moved the cows around quite a bit. So right now we're actually just going out and hitting our breeding herd. The cows that we just fed the cake, they are the Jerky cows that'll be going at the end of the year. Now we're heading back down towards our breeding herd. We first came to the ranch back in 2008. Gilbert used to tell me every single morning that the cows thank me, which, you know, they do, I guess, in their own way, but really that was Gilbert's way of thanking me for what I was doing and for being here on the ranch, which at the time probably didn't register as much as it does now, but that's okay. I'm sure he still knows that we appreciate that thanks. And of course, we appreciate the opportunity that both him and Rita, Erin's mom, have given us to be here. Right now we're crossing into the one-legged windmill pasture. It's named the one-legged windmill pasture because of the one-legged windmill. The majority of our breeding cows are down here, aside from the heifers, which are already down in summer pasture. And we're gonna head up and see if we can get them some cake this morning. And if you're really looking for thanks, you need one of these on your ranch. This is Bambi, our bottle calf, and she definitely thanks us for everything that we do. If nothing else, she's always here to meet us. Isn't that right? Where's your baby at? Where's your baby? Huh? Oh, is that him right there? Nope, that's not your baby. Where's your baby? Hey, what are you doing? Doofus, knock it off. That's Doof Vader right there, our herd bull. One of our herd bulls, I guess, because we also have LOL out here with these guys. Oh, I gotta tell you, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Still having trouble getting cake to come out of this thing. And of course, when you have a bunch of insistent cows with you, they don't really want to give you a chance to get anything to work. Hey, knock it off. All right, guys, I'm gonna level with you here. The cake feeder is completely jammed. The cake that got put in there is a little damp, and it completely jammed up the entire cake feeder, which, in all honesty, kind of screwed up my video. My thought was to be able to come down, cake the cows, make everybody happy, talk about a thankless job. Here you go, Cracker Jack. Instead, I've got a cake feeder that won't put out cake. Got a bunch of cows that are very insistent on getting cake, and only one way to get it out, and that's to shovel it out of the top, and I don't have a shovel. So I am going to move as much of this cake that I can and that's in the cake feeder out of here by hand, so that hopefully I can get this whole thing working. We'll see. The cows don't care that things don't want to work this morning. But I do. Alright, we gotta move spots because we're getting mobbed. Keep on moving out of the way of the cows. Bambi keeps on following. And so does everybody else. We're gonna have to get a little farther away to be able to do this. A little bit of distance between us and the cows now. This thing's still all jammed up. So I guess we still have to get it cleaned out by hand a little bit more. Well, I got it pretty much emptied. At least by hand here. And honestly, the cake isn't wet. It's not, I mean, there's a few pieces that are wet, but most of it is actually still pretty hard. So, let me try running it through one more time. There it goes. Kind of. Come on. And there we go. Broke it loose. So, I'm going to pull forward here a little bit, drop off the rest of this for these guys. And let's see, are we all done? I don't know. Nope, we're clogged up again. No, we're pretty much done. So, there we go. What a pain. All those fines got us all jammed up inside our cake feeder. But the job is done. Cows are caked here this morning, including Bambi here. I dropped it all back there, kiddo. I did. I got rid of all of it. I think. Let's check just to make sure. Yep. Here. Bambi. There you go. I did lose my pin that I used to keep that closed, but I think I've got a few of those floating around, so we should be okay. Ugh. And there we go. Cows are caked. Man, I think I worked up a sweat. And at, what time is it? Almost 7 o'clock here this morning. That took an hour out of my day. But I talked back at the beginning of this video about how I like to start my day. And I still can't think of a better way to do it than to come out here and check the cows, cake the cows, realize I got a problem with the cake feeder. I think it might be a weak battery. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe the battery's a little weak. I'll have to test that when I get back to the shop. But for now, these guys are caked. Other cows are caked. I didn't get a chance to get down and do the heifers. I'll go check on them a little bit later on today. And yeah, I can actually see them from here. You can't, but they're down there by the pond. There's 17 heifers down there that seem to be doing pretty dang good. So as the cows come up to say goodbye for today anyway, I don't have any more cake. I'm all out. They're still insistent that we've got more. And is it a thankless job? I don't know. If cows can thank you, they do in their own way. Bambi, be nice. She doesn't like the competition. Are you getting cranky in your old age? Are you? Are you getting cranky? Maybe a little bit. Or maybe just a little sad that she didn't get her cake quite as fast as she thought she should have. So, guys, I'm going to hang it up for today. Thank you for coming along and seeing that caking does not always go according to plan, but that's okay. We got the job done, and that's what's really important. So, we'll go back, take a look at the cake feeder, figure out what's going on there, whether it's a weak battery. That cake wasn't very wet once I got into it, so I think that it might have been just those fines in the bottom that clogged everything up. Combine that with a weak battery, and yeah, we've got a problem to take care of. So that's it for me today. Cracker Jack number 1786 here. Of course, Bambi up there. Wishing you all a very, very happy day. We will see you on Thursday with a brand new video on the way. And until then, have a great week. And thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life. Okay, so I figured I can't, that's bright. So I figured I can't leave you hanging without actually trying to figure out what exactly happened here. And I gotta tell you, came this close to just being like, I'm done. We'll figure out something else to film for today. But this is part of the process. It's things go wrong all the time. So here is our battery right back here. And when I left today, I did have it charged to a full 12 volts. What I'm thinking is the battery might be getting old, which then, of course, drains faster. So what my thought is actually that it's probably not anywhere near 12 volts right now, and it's not putting enough power into the auger. We'll check it out and see, though. Well, so that's actually not the problem. We are still at 12 volts. So obviously that is not our problem. The battery has just enough charge, exactly what it needs to have. I think it may have just been a case of a little bit of fines in there that caused all these problems. And the other issue that we may have had, get this thing open again, may have been actually that I'm not sure if this would have caused this problem or not, but the guard in here that moves up and down wasn't actually moved all the way up. So it may have actually been causing a confinement here at the front of the auger, which was then causing it to get clogged. And I think that that's probably a more likely scenario. So, problem solved there. Hopefully we won't run into that problem again. But yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging there and not knowing what was going on. So, battery's good. I think it was just more operator error than anything, or something. So that's it for me, guys. I'm out of here. Have a great week.